Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I had to restart my computer. Yeah, sometimes when I try to go live, my computer is like womp womp womp. So, needless to say, I am here. So, today we're going to be talking about why your messaging is repelling your clients. Why your messaging is repelling your clients. Hey, Kiana, how are you? So, please feel free to drop your questions or your comments into the chat, and I will be discussing them here live. Or if you're catching the replay, I will answer your questions. Hey, 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 how are you guys doing? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So many entrepreneurs are plagued by unclear messaging. Messaging your offers can make or break you. If your ideal client doesn't know your offers for them, they will keep scrolling. So, with the inundation of information that we have these days, guys, it's extremely important to get your point across clearly and succinctly. Okay. You want to get your point across clearly and succinctly. So, ultimately, you need to state pain points in the way that your ideal client understands them and also the outcomes of working with you. You need to message the problem and service the solution. Message the problem, service the solution. So, what that means is that you need to state the problem and create an offer that is the solution for your ideal clients. Unfortunately, a lot of coaches and consultants will say that they know their ideal client needs to learn XYZ, but it's really not what their ideal client wants at the time. And a lot of times, as the expert, your client may say to you what they think is the problem, and then you, as the coach, as a consultant, you actually know what the problem is, which is great. That means that you can actually include that in your solution for your ideal client. But when it comes to messaging that particular offer for your ideal client, you have to state it in a way that they understand and state it in a way that's going to be attractive to them. So, you don't want to necessarily include that in your landing pages or your lead pages, right? Because it's all about how you say it to them. That's going to determine whether or not they actually sign up or not, right? Also, if things are unclear, they're not going to be able to make any type of purchasing decision, right? Lack if your offer lacks clarity, then people are not going to enroll in your coaching program or they're not going to sign up with you as a consultant. They're just not. Okay. So, having a clear transformation is absolutely crucial when it comes to enrolling clients in your program or when it comes to having any type of consulting engagement with the company. Okay. So, there's three questions that we need to make sure that we're answering when we tell people who we are, what we do, right, and also that need to be answered in your offers. So, did you answer the question? Who are you helping? Number two, what problem are you solving? Number three, what are the outcomes of working with you? You need to answer those questions all the time. So let's look at a couple of examples, right? Look at some examples to see how this might work. So um, this first example is with a transformation coach, and let's say that they say they teach people how to live their best life. Okay, who are you helping? People. Way too broad. We don't know who that is, right? Number two, what problem are you solving? We don't even know. It doesn't say, right? We don't know what problem this person's solving. And then number three, what are the outcomes? Live your best life. That could literally be anything. Live your best life means anything to anybody. For somebody, it could be they're on the couch all day. For somebody else, it could mean that they travel like all the time. For somebody else, it could mean that they make a lot of money. We don't know. Live your best life, way too broad. Okay. So let's look at another example. Number two, I help women get out of their head and get unstuck to reach their goals. Let this be like a mindset coach, right? Who are you helping? Women. Very broad. How many women are in the world? A lot. So, like, it's just way too broad. Number two, what problem are you solving? Get out of their head. Get out of their head in regards to what exactly? What specifically are they actually in their head about? Okay. And then the third question, what are the outcomes of working with you? Get unstuck. It's unclear. We just need a lot more context in order to be able to make a decision, right? So putting yourself in your ideal client's shoes is like, okay, you're helping people get unstuck. and get out of their head, great, but how does that actually help them or help their lives? What's the transformation involved, right? Let's look at a third example, okay? Third example, I help women entrepreneurs make more money in their business by boosting their confidence and changing their mindset. Okay, there's a little bit more information there, right? This would probably be, excuse me, this would probably be like a business mindset coach, maybe. Um, so who are you helping? Women entrepreneurs. So it's a little more specific. I would argue it's still not specific enough. We're getting more specific, but we could be clearer, right? Because it's like women entrepreneurs that what? Like what there's a lot of women entrepreneurs out there. So what specific characteristics or what are they going through that would make them a good fit for your offer? Number two, what problem are you solving? Making more money. But how much is more money, right? Like more money is real vague. Is it $10 more? Is it 10 cents more? Is it $1,000 more? We don't really know. There's really no context, right? So like, are you 10xing people's income? Like what's happening here? We don't know. And then the third thing, what are the outcomes? Boosting confidence and changing mindset. Then my next question would be for this coach is why is this important? Boosting confidence and changing mindset to do what, or why does your audience care about this, right? It's like who you are, what you do, what are the outcomes, and why should we care? Those are things that you need to be asking yourself when you are thinking about your messaging when it comes to your offers and also just what you do as a coach or consultant. Okay. Clarity in messaging is crucial. Clarity in messaging is crucial. So if you want to enroll people in your coaching program, this is why I work with my coaches and consultants on magnetic messaging and creating irresistible offers. Because as you can see, it's very easy to be unclear. Very easy. And I know some of you guys have probably seen some of the statements that I just read. Like, I'm sure of it because I've seen them. And people are like, yeah, this is real clear what I do, right? But really, it's not. And that's the reason why you're having trouble enrolling people in your coaching program or having trouble connecting with companies when you're trying to do consulting engagements. It just is. They don't, it's not that you're a bad person, or it might even be that your offer actually is okay. Your ideal client just doesn't know that it's actually for them. They don't know how it's going to help. They're not able to see the transformation until they don't actually sign up. So hopefully that's helpful, guys. And just remember, you are the expert. You're cultivating your client's experience. So you want to make sure that you're explaining the transformation to them correctly. So if you are ready to get your coaching or your consulting business off the ground, launch your high ticket program, your signature offer, and create consistent income in your business, then you'll definitely want to check out my signature program accelerator. The link to check that out is in the description of this live. If you're watching me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, you can click the link that's in the description of this live for the signature program accelerator. If you're watching me on Instagram, you can click the link in my bio and check out the signature program accelerator. But it's a 30-day program, and we just basically cover the foundation for your coaching zone of genius, for your target market, for your signature program, and for your niche. So I think, a lot of times we want to go to the more advanced topics, the more advanced stuff, and we still don't know who we're talking to. We still don't know what problem we're solving, and we still don't really know what the transformation is going to be. You need to have that in order to really be able to attract your ideal client. Otherwise, you're just kind of throwing nets out into the ocean and hoping something lands in it. I mean, you might get something, but it's probably not going to be your ideal client. So hopefully that makes sense. Do you guys have any questions? Any questions at all? We have a comment on Facebook that says that's good stuff. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. On Instagram, Coach, is it Tajay? Am I saying that right? She says, this is so helpful. Thank you. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Journey in Her Shoes and Kiana Killings, thank you so much for joining as well. But do you guys have any questions? Any questions at all when it comes to messaging? Or I was reading some I help statements that I've seen and just pull some off the internet and pop them in my live because I'm like, these are examples of what their messaging could be a lot clearer, and I don't know what's happening, but I would assume that they're probably not in tune with their ideal client. So oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, so just keep that in mind, as you're coming up with your offers, as you're putting together your sales pages or landing pages. If it seems like fluff, it probably is fluff. Okay. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that everything is clear for the people that we're trying to attract. All right, y'all. That's all I got. But if you do have any questions, you can feel free to connect with me. If you're watching me on Facebook, I'm at I Simply She. On Instagram at I underscore simply underscore she. Just click the link in my bio or hit that message button. If you're watching me on LinkedIn, I'm at Crystal Vernay. And then YouTube, just respond in the comments. I did see that they do have they have at handles now for YouTube, so I'm going to be setting mine up real soon. So I'll make sure I get you guys that at handle once I set it up. But yeah, if you guys don't have any questions, that is it. I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. I appreciate all of you. And thank you so much for joining. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.